Você lembra de A Profecia? Um clássico do terror de 1976? Bom, agora chegou a vez de a gente saber o que aconteceu antes daquela história. A Primeira Profecia chega aos cinemas brasileiros e promete revelar a origem de todo o mal que assombra a franquia. E tem Sônia Braga no elenco.
Suffers from a touch of madness.
You must be very careful, Margaret.
A cidade eterna guarda segredos obscuros que podem abalar crenças e valores. O ano é 1971. Margaret, uma jovem americana, vai a Roma para iniciar uma vida dedicada à igreja. Mas em sua jornada, a fé é abalada diante das trevas que aparecem pelo caminho. E ela vai do céu ao inferno. O terror é a moda antiga na mesma vibe do filme original de 1976. Um sucesso de bilheteria para a época, com um enredo que chocou, aterrorizou o público e elevou o horror das produções do gênero. A trama já rendeu sequências em diversos formatos, mas agora a Primeira Profecia vem para contar a história da origem de Damien, o bebê anticristo. O Hollywood News conversou com a diretora Arkasha Stevenson e com a protagonista, Nell Tiger-Free. E claro que o início da conversa foi sobre a participação da atriz brasileira Sônia Braga.
Really, really fabulous. She's just like this ball of energy and light, and she's just fabulous. She's hilarious, and she's obviously wildly talented, and it was wonderful being able to work with her.
Sônia Braga faz o papel da irmã Silva, madre superiora do orfanato Vizzardelli, lar de 62 meninas. Ela supervisiona as freiras e noviças.
I was so nervous to work with her because she's such a star and such a goddess, you know. But she doesn't make you feel that way. She just makes you feel like you're just a collaborator, and she makes you feel so at home. And she's also just one of the funnest people on earth. So, yeah, she's amazing. What's so interesting is we want this nun to feel sensual, like a sensual woman. What was really interesting to us was kind of humanizing these women underneath the habits and who they are and maybe their desires. And Sonia is just the most sensual being. Like, she's gorgeous, and she radiates that energy and this power. And so it was perfect seeing her in a nun habit, because I feel like there's something incongruous about it. That was just delightful to watch.
Nell Tiger-Free faz a noviça que acaba de chegar na Itália. A atriz nos revela que é apaixonada por filmes de terror e assistiu a Profecia quando tinha 11 anos. Ela, que já fez Game of Thrones e a série também de horror Servant, nos contou como passeia entre suas personagens.
I'm Margaret.
I loved my character. I loved her. I mean, I kind of love all my characters, even if they're not because they're like an extension of me, just because maybe that is why. Maybe, but I don't know. I just think when you spend so much time pretending to be a person, you end up definitely having a soft spot for them, for sure. And you get connected to these people that you're pretending to be, because they kind of turn into you. And yeah, I loved Margaret. I thought that she was complex and interesting, and I loved her trajectory and her path and all of the choices that she made. And I think that she reacted in these situations like anybody would. You know, it was like, none of it felt like kind of like cheesy and like just injected there just for the moment, or like, you know, it just felt like this young girl, when I was reading it, was like just having a series of awful things happen to her, and just kind of being like, oh my God, can I catch a break? Anyone, please? Which I loved. I think that's how we'd all react if this was happening to us.
O filme é recheado de cenas assustadoras e algumas que causaram polêmica na hora de fazer a classificação do filme aqui nos Estados Unidos.
What are you doing? Get off of me!
Não queremos estragar as surpresas e sustos, mas adiantamos que algumas podem chocar até quem está acostumado com o gênero. Mas diante de tanto medo, Nel nos revelou também qual cena foi a mais assustadora de fazer.
Mostly it can be quite funny because you take a step back and you're realizing you're doing these absurd things, absurd hours of the day. Like, and then you're surrounded by, at that point, hopefully your friends, and it's like, what are we doing? But there was one moment where I had this hood put over my head and I'm claustrophobic, and also I couldn't really see, and it was very hot in the room, and it felt very real in that moment. So I found myself panicking a little bit, but which was perfect because I needed to panic in the scene, so it's helpful.
Yeah.
And what was the biggest challenge or the most difficult scene?
I'm okay with gore and body horror, but there's a scene where Nell screams, or Margaret, lead character, screams. And it's so visceral that it shocked me. I forgot I was on set. It really scared me. And we have a lot of women screaming in the film, and I just think that there's not really a way to physically prepare for that.
Just to finish, what fans and people in Brazil can expect from you and from this movie?
I think that they can hopefully it delivers some well thought out scares. Hopefully people come out feeling happy that the film was made and feeling like that they've gotten a little bit more out of the story of The Omen.
I'm excited because I think that the movie is not what people are going to expect. I think when you hear Omen prequel, you expect a very specific tone, you expect a very specific storyline, and I think what's fun is that we go in a very different direction. Also, Sonia's in it, and she's amazing.
It's the mark of the devil. His way.
It's not real. 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 What's not real? Who said that?
This is very real.